ओए होए होए एकदम मटर देखें क्या आलू देखा है
Yep, these puff pastries are so good. Everyone waits for them to be made and devours them in minutes. Welcome back to Cooking with Rashi. Today we're making puff pastries two ways. I'll show you two different fillings and two different ways of assembling and serving these flaky delights. So let's get cooking. We'll start with the classic potato and pea filling. In a bowl, we'll add boiled potatoes and green peas along with caramelized onions. Caramelized onions add a lot of flavor, but you can totally omit them if you want a lighter filling. Now it's time to add the spices: salt, red chili powder, coriander powder, cumin powder, chaat masala, garam masala, mixed sabji masala, red chili flakes, and I added a little Cajun seasoning. This has salt, so adjust your salt in the beginning if you want to add both of them. I also added in some garlic powder. Mix everything really well until the filling is evenly coated. Take a small bite to taste and adjust spices. Seasoning is key here. Now it's time to assemble the puff pastries, but before that, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and line a baking sheet with parchment paper. Parchment paper or silicone baking mat prevents sticking and makes cleanup much easier. So grab your puff pastry sheets now. Make sure they're thawed properly. Cold pastry tears easily. Place them on the baking sheet and add your filling right in the center. Keeping the filling in the center ensures that it won't spill out of the puff pastry, so try your best to keep it in the center as much as possible. Now top with another puff pastry sheet, and we'll take a fork and make indents all around the edges just like this. This isn't just for looks, it seals the puff pastry so the filling doesn't ooze out while baking. Next, use a pizza cutter to make small slices on top. This creates vents so the steam can escape and the puff pastry puffs beautifully instead of becoming soggy. It also adds a nice decorative look. Brush the top with egg wash for a golden finish. If you don't eat eggs, a brush of milk works fine too. It still gives color and shine. These are now ready for the oven. These will cook for 18 to 22 minutes. Make sure to keep an eye on it, and you want to rotate your baking sheet halfway through baking for even browning. Now let's move on to our second puff pastry. This one is filled with Palak Paneer Bhurji, which I've shared the full recipe for on my page. I'll link it in the description box, and then right here in the upper right hand corner you can click the link to watch the video on how to make the filling. I did go ahead and heat it on the stove beforehand to make sure all the liquid evaporated and it's nice and dry. Remember, for any puff pastry, especially fillings with cheese or vegetables, the fillings need to be dry. Wet fillings can make the pastry soggy and prevent it from puffing properly. So grab another baking sheet and line it with parchment paper. Place your puff pastry sheets on it and add the filling in the middle on a diagonal. We are going to brush egg wash on one corner of the puff pastry, and we'll fold the opposite corner over the filling first without egg wash. Then fold the egg wash corner over the top to seal the pastry neatly. The egg wash basically acts like glue. It keeps the puff pastry sealed and prevent leaks. You can also brush a little egg wash on top for a golden finish if you'd like. Now pop these puff pastries into the oven. Ideally, it would be best to put both of the puff pastries at the same time so they cook at the same time. If not, just set another timer for 18 to 22 minutes or until they're golden brown. Don't forget to rotate the pan halfway through baking for even browning. If the top is browning too fast, you can place foil loosely underneath or add a second pan below to shield the heat. Once they're completely baked, remove them from the oven and let them cool slightly. This helps the layers set and keeps the filling from spilling out. And there you have it, two flaky, flavorful puff pastries, one with potatoes and peas and the other with Palak Paneer Bhurji. Serve them warm with coffee, tea, or even a little side salad for a perfect snack or light meal. They're best enjoyed on the same day, but if you do end up with leftovers, you can reheat them in the oven or the air fryer to keep them crisp. Thanks for joining me today. I really hope that you try this recipe. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends and family. Leave me a comment below and be sure to subscribe to Cooking with Rashi for more easy and tasty recipes. I'll see you in the next one.